afternoon, good morning. I'm your host, B Level.
I'm your girl, Netta.
And welcome to the podcast this evening. Somebody got to turn their volume down. It's gonna go. It's gonna leave. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. Somebody turn it down. All right. So today is the reunion. We got the whole crew here, right? Right, Netta? We got the guys and the girls. Everybody on the panel single. The last couple of weeks we have been. This is supposed to be a single panel. So a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I sat down with the ladies. I sat down with Terra, and Dominique Smith, and we also had Kenyatta Washington. She has prior obligations here tonight, and she cannot be with us. And then the following week, Netta, you sat down with the
I had these two guys. These are handsome guys. Kane, it's to my left. Bun B, the bail bondsman, barber. What's all that? What is it all? Check cashing man. My brother to the far left. Yeah, we had these two guys, and now here we are. We're all together, and this is going to be very interesting. So much so, we're going to have two parts, right?
Yeah, we're on part 1 and part 2. This is a 2-hour episode, but we're going to chop it up and take a break. Some people can't hold their bladders that long. Bun B, he has to go to the bathroom in between. So we will break, but we want this. We are trending on everybody's Facebook page, right? So everybody on the panel, we're live on the Facebook page. We want you guys to be interactive. We want you to ask questions.
Yes.
Shanetta will take parts of the podcast where she asks questions from the audience. So please ask your questions. That's what makes our podcast so cool. It's interactive.
Be interactive. Don't what is it? Okay. Yeah, Kenyatta, since you're still here for support, thank you, Kenyatta. We appreciate you and we miss you here. Therefore, stay on the live, teach your class, bring my strawberries and my pineapples.
So tell us how they can get the podcast through video or audio, right?
Yes. So of course you guys know. So you see the label. We're season 2. So this is our second season. We're in our 7th episode. You guys can find us anywhere that you can listen to a podcast: Google, Anchor, Apple, any podcast station. You guys can find us. Love Wins by the Stewart. We have our video portion of this on YouTube under Brian Stewart Sr. He just made his own little subscription. So go on there, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast channels and also YouTube so that you can get notifications when we do this. So now you guys see we go live on Facebook so that you guys can be interactive with us. It is very far and few that we keep the live video up because we want you guys to go to the apps and podcasts to listen, and also so make sure you guys be interactive, ask questions. Everybody on the panel, they're open for questions, and so you guys know that our podcast is true. No scripts, you don't see no notepads, you don't see it is unscripted.
Nothing is off limit.
Nothing is off limit. So if you guys want to ask questions, if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, these people that are up here with us are people that are near and dear to us, and they understand what our podcast means, what it stands for. There is no shyness, there is no not telling the truth, none of that. So just understand, when you ask for something, be prepared for what you're asking for, right?
Right. So sponsors, if you're interested, before we start, if you're interested in sponsoring the podcast, you send an email or you inbox, give us our email address, man.
Email is stewart.lovewins@gmail.com.
Right. So I think it's really appropriate for us to start off. You guys got to introduce yourself, but I want to take a little time for everybody to start off, tell their name or their government name or their nickname or what we should call you by on this show. So we're gonna start with right there to Netta. Yeah. Tell them where you work, what you got going on. Just plug yourself real quick.
All right, well, my name is Eddie Kane. I go by Daddy Kane.
I know you won't love me.
You know it. You go by Daddy Kane. Uncle Kane. We just been on what day it is. But yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Eddie Kane, Instagram, Kane the Barber. I have my own salon, Up Echelon, 301 Millwood Circle, Montmell, Arkansas. That's me, baby.
Next.
Dominique Smith. I go by Dom.
Is that D-O-M?
D-O-M.
D-O-M, Dom.
That's the one. And you can find me on Instagram, just Dom, or Facebook, just Dominique Smith.
Right. All right. Next.
Terra on Facebook.
Look at her.
Juicy Queen Styles Boutique owner. Instagram. Snapchat, chat, Miss T, Juicy.
Hey, juicy.
All right, last but not least.
It's your boy Bon B Level, Bon B the Truth, Bon B the Prince. Follow me at all social media, man. We're gonna have fun tonight. We're gonna party. We're gonna tell the truth. Feelings gonna get hurt.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something.
He already ready for his players.
He's ready. Let me tell
Well,
y'all
I
something.
ain't playing with the show. So.
Absolutely. Let me just tell y'all that people that come on our podcast, they be like in high demand. So I want y'all to understand that, even if we say, because we allow our show to be very free flowing, whatever. So we get inboxes that will ask, can we see this person back on the show? Can we see? So we also let you guys choose the topics and the things that we discussed. Our first season was really much more about what my husband and I wanted to discuss and talk about, because we felt like who best to tell our story but us. So we want to tell our own story, our own situations, our own truths, and so that's what our show is about. So there may be some hurt feelings, and let me just say something. Normally you guys see me with a Coke, but today I had to give me a little summer passion colada, because I don't know if I'm gonna be ready for the day. So yes. So everybody up here has little libations in their cup. So you know that they call the libations truth serum. So y'all be ready for this truth. And y'all already heavy on this Facebook.
So real quick, let me shout out to our sponsors, Club Empire. We are broadcasting live from the Empire Studios. This Friday we open back up. We have the verses. So every week in February we're going to do a verses battle. We've taken that verses deal and we're bringing it to local vocalists. So this Friday night we've got Stephen Spud Howard versus Haywood King. So if you like live music, this Friday night and for the next 3 or 4 Fridays, it's going to be dope. Then we've got the birthday boy. We've got Keith Savage participating. We've got William Shaw. We've got Dee Jones, Chrissy P, Nikki Parrish, Tawana Campbell, Butterfly, and Tim. And we got like 5 weeks of just verses. It's going to be real, real dope. So please, please, please go to the Eventbrite page, which is Empire, Little Rock spelled out one word, .eventbrite.com, and purchase the tickets. This Friday night, the versus battle, Club Empire. All right, so let's jump right in it. So Netta, do you want to start, or do you want me? We had a little drama going on with people saying. Wait, shout out to Monica, who is our behind the cameras too. Shout out to girl Monica, who's doing that for us. We're in a rush. Our set don't look as nice as we'd like to, but we just talking some shit. So we gonna do what we do. So there was a little drama about some of these people being single versus really not being single. So we got to go back and define what
What single is?
What is single? So Kane, tell again what you think. If you're dating somebody, you're single. If you're how do you know if you think single? So what do you define single? What do you define single?
Well, I mean, you ain't came up with that, y'all ain't had that talk, or define what y'all was gonna do. I mean, communication is key. Communication.
All right.
Let me know what's going on.
All right, Don, what's up? What's up, Don?
I'm single.
Not the double word.
Double. You can put the
Single,
title
single,
on it.
yeah.
They say it ain't real if they don't know about it. You tag me in a post. I'm single as hell.
So Don,
Social media solidifies.
Period.
Okay.
so Don, when you say
I'm really
single,
a private person.
well, let me go back to Kane. So if you're going out on dates with somebody, are you still single? So if you're taking a walk, you're still single. Don, if you're dating, if you're going out on dates consistently with somebody, are you single? Do you define that being single? Okay, that's still single. T? T?
If I'm dating someone,
Put the mic closer, swing it close to you, baby.
if I'm dating someone,
Consistent.
if I'm consistent,
Going out to the movies.
if we
going
fucking, we going together.
Okay, so all right, so if you doing
But
that,
I'm
y'all-
single.
So y'all
But
go
you are
together. Y'all go together. Y'all doing the y'all sit
Dick
down.
in me,
But
you're
you
stuck
single.
with me.
Okay. You say what?
Dick goes in me, you're stuck with me.
Let me tell you something.
It's gonna be good.
But I discussed that beforehand.
Oh, absolutely. We gonna get to that. We gonna
And we're gonna come back to that because Shanetta and Vaughn and Kane had a really interesting deal, so we're gonna get back to that discussion. Vaughn B, what are you single? So what's the difference? Are you single? Tell me what you got going on, bro.
I want to know why did it take Dominique so long to answer that question.
What?
When she kind of stuttered with that.
When she kind of started with.
What
is
she
she
said?
single?
What did she say?
When she said, well, Yeah, that y'all can date, but y'all not together.
Right now she's single, that's what she
Right,
said.
but
Are
I'm
you
saying,
single?
what makes you saying that you're not single? You say like when you go public?
Cause her heart's somewhere else. I got you, sis.
No, I'm just asking a
No,
question.
you said, why did I say I'm single?
Yeah, what you say that you feel you're not single if y'all go public?
Let me say something. I'm a little Kane on here by you.
I mean,
Why can't
I don't go public with nobody. You know, if anybody has asked me to be in a relationship, they went public with me.
Okay.
So, I'm real private and, I could chill and just, that don't mean.
So she's saying once she hit public, we're committed.
Oh yeah, let's look
Yeah.
at that.
I kinda go with Kane, right, I kinda go with Kane with that answer, when we sit down and have a communication, because communication.
We discussed that thoroughly. Yeah.
All right, Netta, go ahead.
Okay, but Bun, you gotta give us your status though. Everybody kind of give their status. What does that mean
I'm
for you?
single.
You single? Okay.
I'm single.
I'm single.
I'm single.
Single, double.
Single.
When you say the word
Oh,
twice,
I mean, I don't know what twice mean, like.
single, that
Single,
means you
single.
mean it.
That means I'm single and I'm not fucking.
That means I'm me.
Oh, so that means I'm single,
T,
so
you gotta
if you
push
say
that
it twice,
Yeah,
that
see,
means
get
you,
your mic so
T,
that means
when
you're
you talk,
single
you have
and
to
you're
be
not
happy.
fucking nobody, when you're single.
Yes, no.
No, single, if you say a word
Yeah,
twice,
I'm hearing two
the
different
meaning of
things.
her saying the word twice is because it solidifies what the first part was. So I say it twice so you know that I mean it. So that's all that means.
So
It doesn't give it a different classification because you say it twice. It just means that I'm solidifying that word the first time.
I'm
Like,
single.
you single. Oh,
It ain't no single. It ain't no single.
I mean, I can say I'm single.
Yeah, right,
I mean,
right.
that's not gonna change the status of I'm single.
Okay.
I mean, but
Okay.
if you got a snuggle buddy, you might not be single.
But I am.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay,
So if your snuggle buddy see you with your dating buddy, is there gonna be an issue?
If my snuggle buddy is on here right now and I say, hey snuggle buddy, I'm single and you are too, what the fuck the problem is?
Okay.
Okay.
As long as
That's single.
Yeah, that's single.
As long as-
Yeah, that's single. I'm what the fuck?
If that's
I'm not
why-
gonna sit there.
That's why I put that in my status.
I can't stand people that's single and act like they just not doing nothing in life. Like I've been single and I ain't fucked nobody in 26
No,
years.
that's not. No,
Like,
that's not.
okay,
What
if
I'm
you
saying
got
is-
somebody and y'all just doing y'all thing, okay, that's cool.
No, what I'm saying is, and so it kind of goes back to what I said in the post. So 2 weeks in a row, when we were advertising looking for single guys and single women, I said, make sure your ass is single. Make sure you're not coming on this show and you saying you single and somebody else like, no, we're not single. So I think just as well as Kane said that there's some solidification in being in a relationship, there's communication solidification in being single as well. Because motherfuckers will be claiming you and you ain't claiming them, and then they hear some shit on this public forum, be like, oh, well, you
Right.
single, motherfucker?
Right,
Like,
I'm right.
so y'all gotta talk about that shit. But really quickly on Facebook, because they've been,
Yeah, they
they've been going
jumping
crazy.
already. Yeah.
Let's see. Tarina, is that her name?
Toriana.
Tariana says we are telling the truth tonight with 3 heart emojis. This she want this shit for real. So Monica tagging people in this post.
Every day.
Let's see. So I guess I don't know. She said what's going on to T. Mike Ross told me to ask Kane. Mike Ross said, Kane, when you get married? Ross Petty.
Tell him when I do, he gonna be there. Whenever he get his invitation. That's when I'm getting there.
Let's see, Tariana, he said that's her name, Dominique.
Yeah,
She said this is going to be good. And Ross said, Bun, you single again?
Well, let's
Ross
ask
said
him.
that shit.
We're gonna block him.
Listen, Ross, they tell me you about to be blocked. Joyce said, okay, this is interesting from Latisse, and then facts, and then Joyce says right. So, okay, let me tell you guys, our Facebook social media audience. When you guys are commenting, please make sure that you kind of make a full statement of commenting, so then I can then refer to what you're commenting to. Because sometimes we don't stop immediately to respond to your comments. So just say, yes, I agree with T when she said blah, blah, blah. Or no, I think Bun B was some fuck shit because he said blah, blah, blah. So make sure you do that so we can know what you're talking about when you just give these facts and right or period stuff. So we, can have further communication. However, let's go.
All right, so first thing out the gate, Shanetta and Bun and Kane had a really heated discussion about, having a conversation when you're taking your relationship to being serious, to commitment. And Bun was saying that, let me not put any words in your mouth. Shanetta, would you go back and talk about what you were saying? Bun was saying you don't have no conversation. You were saying it needs to have a conversation when you go from just fooling around to being serious.
I think we were all kind of really trying to understand when are you going from single to committed? Is that a conversation? I think when we talked about it, Kane said, you know, it's for him, it's if I take you and introduce you to my people. Like when I introduce you to my people, then you gotta know that we're way far beyond just kind of doing the yum yum bouncy bounce and we on some single status. I think Von's, his reference to it was something different. It again, what I thought was as a woman, so that's why we did the opposite exchanges of you talking to the ladies and talking to the guys for having a different point of view. And so we were all, at the end, we were all in agreement that commitment means there needs to be communication and commitment. So people can't just assume one or the other.
But why is it that normally the women think you go together and the men don't? Like why is that? T, I mean,
They
They know you be with them, they just be front. They front for social media and they friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to say, actions speak louder than words.
Man.
Now, he just said that a lady's gonna know whether she's with him or not when he brings her to his mother's house. So it ain't no conversation, you just gonna take her to your mama's house and all y'all go together. See, your actions and your words, that wasn't a conversation. Your actions show what you just said is that if I take a chick to my mama's house, we go together then. That's your actions. You never said a conversation. You just said I'm gonna take her to my mama's house. That means we go together.
but that ain't every guy because some people just take
So
people to
when
their
you
parents'
explain
house.
that.
I mean,
That's
so Kane, I mean,
When I said take it to my parents' house, that's at a level. It's levels to everything. You know what I'm saying? So communication comes first, and then the parents come later. You know.
Okay, so there's a conversation you have with her and say, hey, we rocking, we together. I want to take you to my parents' house to this family gathering.
Communication is key.
Absolutely.
Okay.
She ain't just showing up. How she get the address?
I don't get.
No. You didn't know. You said you did what?
To meet the
You
parents
said-
without that conversation, and as women, I believe it's okay to assume, okay, we together if I done went with him to meet his family or
Yeah.
at family functions, because our actions are speaking louder than our words, because at the end of the day, what are you introducing her as? Hey mom, this my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Or hey mom, this my
Okay,
girlfriend.
but
What is
as
the
a
introduction?
woman, that way right before you pull up, you ask, what are we doing? Before I come, what are we doing? Before I
But
get there?
men are supposed to be leaders. We follow you all's lead when we get with you.
Right, so if
We
I tell you
going
pull
by
up,
your
and you
actions,
gonna follow my
not your
lead, you
words.
pull up.
Pull up.
Okay, just pull up. So when I pull up, I'm pulling up. We go together. Hey mom.
You better ask right.
I
Hey,
met the mom
you gonna
you
miss the
mean
next
that.
holiday.
Meeting the mama does not mean anything.
No, I don't mean that.
Just meet the
That's
mother
just something
and
they
son.
do, they half of them do with everybody. They don't mean that because you meet them all.
But that's true. Let me say that.
They don't
So
mean
that's why. So I think that. So when I sat down with the guys, understand that people are going to have a different point of view as it relates to what makes us being committed. When I've heard women say, when I allow you to be around my kids, oh, you have to know that I have something for you. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's just different with different people. So I do understand what T's saying. Just because I pull up and go to your people's house don't mean to be together. And as Dominique said, you can be taking all the bitches over your mom's house. It does not matter. You know what I'm saying? So again, that goes back to communication. Like that, just as well as you can communicate about everything needs to be a communicative effort. So let's just talk about this shit. It ain't like, okay, this is what Bun said on the show with me and I. He said that I'm not saying, will you be my girl? Like we're not in high school, we're not in elementary school where I gotta send you a note to ask will you be my girlfriend. There are certain things that solidifies us being in a committed relationship. Right, Bun? I don't want to put words in your mouth. That's what you said, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, in that, retrospectively, that still goes back to having some communicative errors because T is right. Actions speak louder than words. Also, love is an action word. That's what people fail to realize that you can't. Assumption is a motherfucker. So let me just say that.
Yes, assuming.
Stop.
What's the definition of assuming, right?
Yes, assumption is a mug. Like you cannot. I've heard guys say, I haven't just necessarily gave you a title, but I took you to my people's house. You the person that I'm with all the time, blah blah blah, whatever. So you should know that I'm your girl. No, I don't. You know what I'm saying? That I don't. So what's wrong with us sitting down and have a conversation? Because see, now somebody about to get their head busted. You playing the game.
There's nothing wrong with having that final communication of where we stand.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with it. I think that's the best thing when it comes down to when
I mean, what we doing come before all that?
But so does the woman have to ask the man to clarify?
Okay, so this is my question. When does that question appear? Do it come before you meet my mom, after you meet my mom, before you meet my kids, after you meet my... When do I have to ask you to meet my girlfriend?
You as the man sound
No, I asked you a
uncertain right
question.
now.
I ain't asking you
If you want me to
about
be your girl, if you
I'm
want me to
asking you a
meet your
question.
kids,
I
if
mean,
you
say
want me
that,
to
huh?
take me around family, if you trying to show me with your actions versus your words,
Say that.
you need to make me know what
Okay.
we're doing.
Okay, so the only thing you have to say is before you meet the family. You don't have to go out there. You just say, well, before I meet your family, we have to meet together. Right?
I'm following your lead, so I may not say that.
I'm not. You're right.
So you don't mind going to meet a man family, you not with him?
Hell no. Hey moms, what you cooking?
You
Hungry.
okay,
It's
but
just
you
a
just
dinner.
said-
It could be just a dinner. This could be my friend. I've introduced my parents.
Okay, so
to
now I'm so
friends
confused
of
about
mine.
trying to date you. I don't know the age you before or after.
I don't wanna meet nobody family mom, cause I might be talking to somebody else and
In the family?
I don't know
Oh,
somebody
okay.
else and I don't want one of their family members to say she was just in my
Right.
auntie
Oh,
house.
Right.
I don't wanna meet your family if it ain't real.
Okay,
That's
so but if you do meet the family, that means what? It's
It's
real,
cool.
right?
I mean,
It's
to
leaning
me,
towards
it
something.
means it's real, but you know, to you it may be real, but to them, they just bullshit.
Yeah.
Cause people do that a lot. They tag you and shit on Facebook, and they'll say, I ain't never went public with nobody when they really did. So you know, you gotta know when you see bullshit is bullshit.
So do we all agree that that's just a communicative conversation?
Yeah.
Are we all agreeing that? So even though what I do agree with, with Kane and T basically, T saying that your actions tell me a lot. Even with Bun kind of saying that before I do these things. So understand this. There are different spaces to be in with people. I'm still saying motherfuckers. There are different spaces to be in with people, and so again, that's why it's so open to communication because, and it's just not always guys. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want us to kind of put this just burden on the guys. Women, we do the same thing. Like we can just be feeling somebody or not feeling them in that situation or that circumstance, and they think we were together, but we're like, no, we ain't really on that. Like I'm on some different stuff. So that leads back to just being heavy communication. What are we doing? What's going on? I don't want you with anybody else. You don't want me with anybody else. That is I don't understand why that's hard, especially when you got feelings for somebody. Like when you get them feelings involved and y'all don't have those open conversations, that's when you want to bust somebody's head to the white meat because now you playing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all playing. So listen, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think did we communicate that?
What?
We didn't do that.
What?
When you and I started dating, what were we doing?
We was around each other every day. We had time to be with nobody else. So I mean, our relationship went really quickly. It went real quickly. Like I met you, we moved in at 6 months, we got married after a year. So I mean, shit. I mean, we ain't really. It was understood that I wasn't fooling with nobody else, and you wasn't fooling with nobody else. Even though we didn't really have a sit down conversation like mine, we just knew that we knew what
But
we
you
were doing.
gave her actions though.
Yeah, I mean, actions,
Yeah.
action was the other
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Sometimes, actions in that way, versus we kicking it tough for a couple of weeks or a month, and then you ghost me, and then it's bullshit from there. So you knew that y'all were together because we was always together.
Let me ask this. So we kind of talked about communication and deciding to be in commitment. So you guys that are single in relationships, when you're no longer wanting to be with that person, or you want them to be more in the friend zone, what do you do then? So your synopsis is you got to know we're in a committed relationship and we together. If I take it to my people, so what's the opposite of that? What's the antithesis of that? If you decide
You don't want to take you ain't rocking with that person
what do you
no
do?
more.
How does that work?
How do you
Do
get out?
you just stop doing the shit that y'all were doing originally to make people think you're together, or what do you do?
That's what men do.
Honestly,
Go
me, I kind of bag off doing, what my normal duties. You'll kind of be like, I ain't heard from you in a minute. I'm like, well, cause I mean, I'm more of like a gentleman. So
You ain't trying to hurt their feelings.
I ain't trying to hurt your feelings, man. I don't want to come out and be like, look, this ain't gonna work. Cause I know how much you like me.
So can I tell you this, just as a woman, you're hurting me
More, I know, I understand.
by just ghosting me and backing off of me.
But
what I'm saying?
baby, most guys, the majority, when I say majority of guys don't really communicate that talking and all that. That ain't really our strong point.
But they're leaders. or
That-
they
that ain't-
want to
that
run
ain't-
the relationship.
But I'm just saying that that's not normally the guy's strong point.
Listen,
Having those
if you can
difficult
talk to me,
conversations.
if you can talk to me about getting in my drawers, if you can
You
talk
You
to
ain't
me
really talking
about
about that. You don't
Let-
talk
let me
about
say-
that.
let me yes, you do.
Amen.
If you can talk to me about getting in my drawers, you can talk to me about going to pick your child up from school, you can talk to me about helping you make some money. If you can talk to me about all those positive attributes, ain't no way on God's green earth you gonna make me believe you can't tell me that you don't wanna fuck with me.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like that then, so the way you leave situations tell me a lot about your character and who you are. Like I just can't rock with nobody that feel like you can't just talk. Listen, you can write me a letter, you can text me, you can do whatever, but don't just back off from me and ghost me
But
on some
see,
shit
it's
and not
not-
communicate.
it's not-
Now I wanna fuck you up.
It's not that I don't want to
Why
fuck
does
with you. It's
everything
like
make you
it's
fuck?
hard. It's hard to put somebody
Yeah.
in
That's a
the
Taurus
friend
trait.
zone.
It's not that hard
Okay.
if you have the conversation.
Okay.
All my friends or the men I date, we start off as friends. It's a clear communication, friends, because I want to fall in love with my best friend. There's no reason for me to have best friends and not have it in my man. So we're going to start there first. Let's get to know each other. When my feelings start getting involved, for me, it's time to have a sit down. Because
Absolutely.
when I'm ready to make it exclusive, since a man, he wants to be the lead, but he never leads me.
In the direction.
Protect my heart, for
Yeah.
one. Be a protective.
Right.
Men are, if you are, all are protectors. Stand in that role. Protect me from diving in too far.
Mhm.
Protect me from falling in love too deep if we ain't
We ain't doing that.
here yet.
Yeah,
It's a conversation that needs to be had, and I should not be the only one initiating.
that's true.
When I see you, if I see you with someone else or something, we still friends now.
Nah, you're a motherfucker. Nah. You see me with somebody else,
Yes,
you gonna be come on.
But why are you single?
Because I expect too much. I want to. I've been told I expect too much. I want too much. And every man that has dated me gonna love me or leave me the fuck alone. Cause I will bust your head. I will shoot your ass. I will fuck up your car. I will choke you. When you hurt me, I'm gonna figure out where it hurts you. And that's when I'm coming from. Niggas love that cause. I'm
See,
coming
not,
from.
that's toxic. Don't do that.
It's toxic when you leaving your
Okay.
when you telling me
You
So
been
can
hurt?
you tell
Are
me-
you hurt? Are you hurt? Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. But I sound like a hurt person. I'm not
You
hurt.
So
have
can
to
you
be
tell
hurt.
me, so that's kind of you just kind of back off. Because and here's the thing, I do get being a gentleman, I absolutely get that, but I just want you to understand as a woman, kind of going forward, that is almost like, it's disrespectful, and it makes me feel a way about you and your character. You know what I'm saying? Because I get that you don't want to hurt my feelings by telling me that, but I'm telling you that it hurts even more that you back off, especially when I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Okay, but how do you put a woman that you was dealing with in a friend zone? It's hard. It's hard.
You
It's
have a
hard.
conversation and you tell her why it's men that I dated who I can sit down and say,
No,
you be out the
gonna be
streets.
Nah.
friends with no man you didn't date.
If-
I'm
I-
friends with every man I never dated.
But y'all say
Only
this.
way I can't be friends with you if you bullshitting me. I'm still
And you
friends
lie.
with my ex after 10 years. You know what I'm saying? I can still be friends with you, but if you bullshit me, you do something very hurtful for me, I despise you.
Yeah.
I
Now-
respect
now
you
have
if
an
you keep it
enemy.
100 for me. If you keep it 100 with me, and if you do hurt me, you apologize and we have a conversation and we move past it. You my friend, cause I respect you for respecting my feelings.
Yeah.
But if you don't respect my feelings and you like a nigga, then I don't fuck with you.
But 9 times out of 10, if you violent at the beginning, you're gonna be violent when we come to you and
Who
say,
said
Yeah, and you like that.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Nobody likes they one of those bust out. Nobody.
I'm
that
Look,
shit, that
she already said she
Every
fine.
woman that, here's the
Look,
thing,
I
I
can't
get
do
time,
it. I
it's
just
not
love
about,
the
it's
shit
not about me
out
just
of
messing
me.
up your shit, because let me just say this, and Dominique and I are both Tauruses. Well, you're Taurus too, right? So we're Tauruses, and so we love hard, love strong, and so where I come from, I respect just some loyalty and true shit.
Right, right.
So just because you believe that, you don't want to tell me because you don't want to be on, it's not about just being on no violent shit, because me personally, I don't want to attack your property. Like, I want to fuck you up. I don't care about your property. I ain't never been no bust windows, tires, and all that shit. I want to be like, choke the hell out of you, but, you know, I'm changing. But anyway,
Hey, pray for me.
Ah,
Hey,
I
pray
want
for
you
me.
to understand that if
Lord.
I am alive, because of where I come from, loyalty means a lot to me and a lot for me. And so when you just kind of be on some fuck shit as a man, it's difficult for me to have respect for you going forward. When you could have just said, listen, something is just not right. We're not rocking. Everything has its time and its season. We can have a conversation about that shit. And then here's the thing, I could be feeling the same way. But when you don't give me that pleasure to make the decision and you just kind of back off, now I hate you. You're an enemy. I don't really want to deal with you in no capacity at all. But it's just, again, it's just communication. Like, just talk about it and say the shit. Just say it.
Because, you know, I listened to the podcast of the men and I, you know, heard, you know, Bun B say, you know, ex-dated, you know, they have this and this business and that. It's not everybody's dream to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know,
That's 100. That's 100.
I know you weren't speaking about me. I'm just saying in general, that's anybody in general. You know, I've been in finance for over 12 years. I'm good at what I do and I make damn good money.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
why would you bring that
It's
up in
not
conversation?
because you said, you know, they ain't trying to do this and I'm doing this
Yeah,
and
but
that.
I wasn't even.
Everybody's
speaking
dream
on
is
you,
not
though.
to be a fucking business owner.
Okay, Dominique, I was not speaking on you,
But that's what you said.
but I wasn't speaking on you.
Say, okay, let me tell him something.
So let me ask this.
I'm saying because she put my name on, so I'm speaking
Because
on
that's what
Yeah,
you
but let me ask
said.
you.
but I wasn't speaking about you.
Okay, listen, let me ask this because I want there to be clarification. And Bon, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he was saying specifically that the previous person didn't have.
You know who I was speaking on.
Listen to me. I don't think that he was saying specifically that it was a you or anybody else. I think he was just saying that if I had to compare situations, this person seemed to be more on their business and some other shit than the previous person.
Right.
So
Right, but I'm just saying anybody. That may not be, not even me, just her. That's not her dream. You can't push your dreams and
On
somebody
somebody
else.
else.
Somebody
That's
else.
true.
That's your dream.
It's not
And
about-
if she don't see, you know, if she doesn't add value to your life, then fucking move on. What we
That's
holding
true.
on to?
that's true.
Okay,
You know what I'm
so
saying?
it's not pushing my dream or pushing.
That's your dream.
It's
Because
not
you
pushing my
said
dream.
it. If they, I can help
You
me.
right, I'm
You know,
wrong.
well, we had a conversation. We're gonna keep it real. We had a conversation, and you asked me, you know, what you doing next, and you know, what you trying to do. I don't want to be a fucking entrepreneur. I might want to run your shit.
Okay, and that's fine, but by me asking you a question, is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem, but it seemed like that's what you was trying to put on my plate.
Why? Because I asked you a question?
I might can keep your books in order, cause I'm
Why?
good at numbers.
Oh, okay, but why do you feel that way? Because I asked you a question.
Because shit, you kept
Love
you
me.
said it more than
How
three
about you?
times. I did.
Tell me,
Because you asked me the shit more than one time. So what are you doing? I'm doing what the fuck I've been doing. I'm
Yeah.
counting numbers for these other motherfuckers and I
Hey,
got to
hey.
your book.
That works for me.
Okay, let me
For sure.
chime in
For sure.
back on what Eddie Kane said about not kind of dismissing them when you're not speaking. I believe that if you're gonna friend zone someone or you're no longer interested, I think that deserves a conversation. Why? Because you don't know if that person even recognizes those flaws in
Absolutely.
themselves. You never gave them you never addressed it. And then if you never address it, how can they fix it for the next person? Because anybody you through with, you should want the best for them.
That's true.
If it's something in their character, if they have character flaws like me, I'm violent. I own it. When you get with me, you gonna know you gonna treat me right, or I'm gonna beat your ass. You know that it's a or. It's something coming behind me.
Give me the order.
I want you to protect my heart, and that's the way I feel. I'm a Cancer, and I think I love hard. 3-4 weeks every day, I'm
Yeah.
probably in love with you.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a conversation, but know that you gonna love me, or you gonna leave me alone. I mean, there's gonna be a conversation. A lot of men come to me and say, I'm aggressive, I don't let the man, well, they ask me, will I allow them to be my man? I don't need no man asking me that. I need you to show me that you can be my man. Show me the potential, and that's another thing, just don't even fall in love with potential anymore.
Oh no.
Good.
No.
And that goes back to that communication, because you ask a man, what are you looking for? You can give him a whole list, and he will actually try to be those
That's
things,
true.
but that's not him.
That's true.
I want to meet you where you are, and we can grow together
Absolutely.
Well,
to
that means don't give him no list.
I'm not. That's what I'm telling you. I don't do that anymore. I learned from that because my ex, he did it. I can say I seen the potential. I seen him trying to be what I just grew out of my ass, saying this what I want. I was just throwing shit out there. I didn't actually know that he cared that much about me to try to actually fulfill what was on the list. It was a bullshit list to begin with, but he tried to fulfill it. I gave him my A for effort because he attempted it. He did try.
He tried to satisfy you.
He did try.
All right, so let me see what we got here. So I have Joy says, I would just ask the person what are their intentions, what are they looking for? Pretty much, like that's easy. Let's see. Monica says, give them hell, TT. She also says setting a financial is important. Let's see. She's kind of talking to the audience here. And then also, Kenyatta says, now that, Dom. So she was agreeing with what you said. Monica said, change is going to come. Then she said, oh, shit. And then Becky says, tell them cousin. So listen, I am in, I'm wiped up somebody's wife, but I've been single. And he and I kind of, just kind of did our thing. So I always have to speak on experiences. And I do believe that, here's the thing, I don't want to be cool with my exes. It just so happens that I can be or I am, but I just don't want to be cool with them.
Right.
Not because because I feel like you're an ex for a reason. So what we're doing, you know what I'm saying? If I see y'all, maybe like, what's up and walk on, but we have a reason to kind of be cool, unless we're trying to come back to where we feel like we were, because I do believe in timing, I believe in seasons, and sometimes you have to understand that we aren't where we are or where we needed to be together. But that doesn't mean you can't get back up.
And don't let nobody use
Ain't no
you,
friends
because I've
on
had
me.
exes
Ain't no friends on
that
me.
still love what I did
So how
for
I'm
them.
gonna tell you that we not gonna work out when I still wanna be cool with you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
But let me
know how
ask
I
you
feel.
this: if you tell somebody that they're not right for you in a relationship, what's the reason for wanting to remain friends? Why would you want to remain friends with
Because
them?
you might not be for me as far as relationship wise, but as a friend, you're a good person. Like,
Oh,
you got a good
okay.
heart.
I get that.
Like, I can cool with you as
I
far as
get that.
friends.
That should be easy
It might,
to say.
it might be sometimes the way you run into somebody at a wrong period of time in your life.
Yeah.
Not, the time, not, like, this person here might be great for you, but I just, like,
You're not there.
right, I'm not there yet, and when we got together, we went through a lot of shit, so now when we separated, it's like, alright, well, I done kinda got my shit together where I done kinda got over the shit I was going through, but now, I done damaged that shit so much, that I can't even go back.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like, I done damaged it so much to where now it's like, shit, I ain't since we even fucking with it because of the shit that we went through by the shit that I was going through, or the shit that she was going through, end up damaging our friendship when we was together. It was like, shit, fuck
Have
my
that
phone, just get
conversation.
But if you can't have that conversation,
You can.
no,
Why
you
can't you have
Me
that
and I always got
What's
excuse
up?
for why they
Hold
can't
on,
talk,
hold on,
or why
hold
they
on.
can't say something. Can we stop
Red,
with these
red.
excuses?
Why can't
It's
y'all?
orange.
Yeah.
Why can't y'all have a conversation?
This is what I'm saying. If I'm fully blocked from you, and there's no way for me to communicate with you,
After you've hurt me.
Motherfucker is text app. If you
You're
wanna
good.
reach out to somebody, motherfuckers be blocked all the time. I block people all the time.
But you're blocked because you hurt me.
Right.
Don't leave that.
I don't
Acknowledge it.
Because when you wasn't unblocked, you come back with the bullshit for a week or two and then you disappear again on that ghost shit because you still fucked up.
We too old to be blocking.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Cause I wanna see your motherfucking name pop up on my phone or your number.
So you tell me not to call, I'm not calling.
Well, don't
Well,
fucking
yeah, that's
call.
true. That's
and
true.
that's the way I
And I
feel. It's
feel-
like, I'm not finna drive all the way to
Once you say it.
Texas just to go to Southwest.
Me.
Like, come on, like,
So okay, listen. You said you can't have the conversation because what? 'Cause I want you to
Because
yeah.
if I try to reach out to this person, I'm not gonna go all the way around the world to reach out to this person to try to make something right. Like, okay.
She not worth that.
I'm
She not worth if you do
It's
gotta
not-
go
we're-
around the
we're
world.
trying to make everything bigger than what it
Terra,
I'm
is.
just saying, stop making excuses.
Nah,
I'm
you
tired
just
of
trying to make
men,
everything bigger than
grown
what it is.
ass men making excuses for why
It's-
they can't be the man that they
Nah,
supposed to
you
be.
just
Be
want
the
the
man
motherfuckers
you
up on
told
the
me.
world for your motherfucking ass.
No, I don't.
And
care. I
goddamn it,
beat
if you
your
block
ass.
me, okay, so
So I want to get okay. Listen.
Yeah, like, this
we're
shit
married.
retarded.
So I want to keep it
I'm
here.
not gonna jump over the motherfucking moon for you. Listen, I go to the moon and see is you there, and you goddamn me got a big thing, then fuck you. Oh
Can I
no.
say, let me just, I understand your impression of I can't reach out to out to you because you have me blocked. But let me just say this. If it's important for you to discuss and sit down and talk about, there are ways to reach out to me than you just call my phone and block me. You know where
True.
I live, you know where I work.
But
And so it is a let me just say this, it is a communicated effort. Effort means a lot to people. And so if you're just, let me just say this, if you cannot do the things that I need you to do for me, or I expect for you to show me that you care for me, just go ahead and go on. Because, yes, but you have to understand the background of you're blocked because I'm kind of tired of the foolishness. That does not mean that I don't want you to try to make it right with me, because I probably do need some closure. I probably do need an apology. I probably do need, let me finish. I probably do need those things from you in order for me to either move forward or accept you for a friend. But if you tell me what T just said, you're making it seem like I'm not even worth the effort of you trying to give that to me. And so that's where men just kind of fuck up at, is because you guys think that, okay, you got my number blocked, so I'm gonna call you. Same way you would if you trying to fuck. You know where I live. You know where I stay.
No, I'm not pulling up and I ain't got no problem.
So let me say this. If you want someone to make it right, I kind of agree with the fellas that you blocking me, so now I got to try to pop up at your house. I might pop up at your house at the wrong time. And we both grown. So just like, you know, you said we were grown to have that conversation, you should be grown enough to
You
be
can send a
open.
letter, put it in the mail, you know I am.
Effort means everything.
This
It
is my
effort.
thing. You get blocked and you get unblocked. You know, you've had a conversation with that person in between, and the person goes back on block because you still on bullshit. You don't own up to the shit you did. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get your ass blocked again until you get it right.
And let me just say, that's why you guys are, so let me just say this as a woman, that's why you guys always get the bullshit, because effort means a lot. And so if you cannot let me, effort for a woman means a whole lot. If you can't let me know that I'm worth you doing these things for me, to me, because of me, that's a problem for me, because that makes me believe that you don't give a fuck. Like, what's wrong with you going the extra mile to let me know that you care about me?
Nothing. But sis, to all the men in the world just listen to this. This is one thing that drives us about y'all. And this will make us give up. This is just some real shit. When we come to you and tell you the truth, or tell you how we feel about the situation or whatever's going on.
That's not their truth.
And it's not your truth. In the back of your mind,
That's
you a lie.
bullshit.
You a lie. That's some bullshit.
That's
No, babe, listen. This is what it is. This is what happened. You a lie. No, babe, I'm telling you, my best is what happened.
Let me say this. The reason why.
It's like no matter what I say,
It's true.
it's a lie unless I tell you what you want to hear.
Let me tell you the reason
Now,
why.
once I tell you what you want to hear,
No.
if I say, babe, yes, I ran down the stairs, I went to the car, and I robbed the bank, then if that's what you want to hear, if that's your truth, you're going to take it. But if I tell you I ran down the stairs and turned the corner, then robbed the bank, you don't want to believe that.
Your truth just should make sense. Your truth should.
But it's just my truth. My truth probably don't have to make sense. It's my fucking truth.
It should.
It's my truth. It don't have to make sense to you. You gonna fuck yourself. You think my truth got to make sense to you.
And no way
Y'all
don't
know
just
this little voice I can't holler. So
Don't never.
let me just say this. I want y'all want to tell the truth when it's too fucking late.
It doesn't matter. I told the
Hold
truth.
on.
Which truth?
I want
Which
you to
one?
understand that I expect realness and loyal bullshit. The only reason why I'm gonna doubt you telling me the truth is because you done lied so much before. So when you continuously lie, if you listen, your history is gonna supersede what you're doing currently. So understand that if you've been on some real shit with me, I'm not going to doubt what you say. But if your motherfucking ass been lying for weeks, years, and months, and you expect for me to come believe that your truth is some truth when I know it's a lie and it's fucked up, that's why I have that frame of thought. So when you had the opportunity to tell me the truth, when you had the opportunity to be on some real shit, and you was on some other bullshit, now anything you say to me is a lie. Let me just say that behavior is formed because of what you all have done. It has nothing to do with, had you told me the truth on some real shit that I knew was the truth, when you told me some shit, I'm going, okay, well, you ain't got no reason to lie to me. But if you've been lying, and then we have a truth moment, and you tell me half truth, the truth feels like a lie.
Yeah, I can feel that.
That's what the fuck it is.
Totally understand.
And
They
that's
go
what
both
it
ways.
all boils down to. And then, you know, then
They go both ways, right?
when a person person
Okay.
open up
Okay.
to
You
you,
go my way.
when a person open up to you and they wanna tell you the truth, don't come back with some sexual type shit. Just can we have a conversation? Can I take you to dinner? Just really sit down and talk to you. Let's be an adult about the situation. Don't come to me on some fuck shit.
You know, let me just say, I tell you, I speak from experience. My husband told me, when we kind of had some conversations about some shit, he was just like, I told him that's what I had a problem with you with, because you could have been on some real shit with me. So now what makes me want to choke your eyes out could have been, okay, I get that shit, that's real. The reason why I feel like that is because he has told me, well, Netta, I can't tell you the truth because look how you acting. Nigga, I'm acting like this because you lied 99 times about the same shit. First of all, I'm not gonna ask you about some shit that I feel like it's an assumption or it may not be true. When I ask you about some shit, I already know about it. That gives you the opportunity to be like, listen, I fucked up, I did such and such, I shouldn't have said that, I should have did that. And I'm all about that. Like loyalty being on some real shit means everything to me. When you do that shit towards me and it's the opposite of that, that's that shit that made me want to just be on some different shit with you and be on some violent shit, because I'm not asking you about no shit that I'm assuming. I'm asking you about some shit that I know is the truth.
And I'm not gonna ask you
So
some
now
shit
you
that I already don't
now you get me acting crazy. So now I'm acting crazy, what you call crazy, because you done lied to me 99 times, and so you haven't given me the opportunity to tell me the truth. Just be on some real shit. Realness means a lot to women, and y'all, that's the problem. Y'all don't really understand that. Y'all think that we're some emotional creatures and we're crazy as fucking shit. But y'all don't give us the benefit of the doubt of just being on some real shit. Real women can be on some real shit, but y'all take us to like being on another place with y'all because y'all be on these playing games and this fake shit, and I'm gonna give you half truth. See, that's what I don't like half truth shit. I don't like that. Give me me. And so our situation came when we had our little issues or whatever. His thing to me was like, I didn't lie to you, I omitted information. That's a lie as well.
Tell it all to me. That way when I confront it with it, I got my boots on and I'm ready for the clap back.
Right.
Don't have me in the blind and they gotta show a message, because now I gotta beat them and come back and be told. Everything ends in violence with T.
Yeah.
Listen, hold on, let me go to
Yeah.
Facebook. So let's see. Okay, somebody has a question for Bun. Monica says, my question is for Bun. So what happens when you find a woman that has more than you and is already on your level? Then do you feel if you are man enough, or are you willing to step your game up to get on her level? Not all you niggas got y'all shit together. I'm just saying.
Period.
Alright, and then she also said what Shanetta said to whatever I said. And then she said, no, Bun, tell the truth. Becky says, too many men making excuses. They always blame the woman for their shortcomings or why they're not doing this or that. And Sandra says, right to someone. And then Becky says, be real. And Monica says, preach. So, Bun, let's go back to your question that was referred to you.
What's the question?
The question was, if you find a woman that has more than you is on your already on your level, then do you feel you are man enough, or are you willing to step your game up to get on her level?
Yeah, it doesn't intimidate me because of what the woman has. See what I'm saying? Like, I want to build an empire with the woman that I have. So if I'm questioning you, what did you want to do? I'm trying to figure out, well, if you don't want to do nothing, where can I place you in my life to where you can help me run my business, since you don't want your own business. So it don't intimidate me. It actually makes me drive more. See what I'm saying? If you making $350,000 a year, see what I'm saying? $250,000 a year, and I'm making $100 a year. I need to try to figure out what the fuck I'm doing I need to try to get to your level.
Right.
So it don't shock me out.
And not always that, I don't believe, because I think it's a lot of hard working men up down here. I would give credit when it is due. And at the and at the same time, people are equally yoked, but they're for each other. A man that's a workaholic I don't believe they should be with a woman that's a workaholic. Because if both of you are always working, when do you have time for each other? Love don't grow in absence. You have to be there in some shape, form, or fashion to grow the love and connection that you have with each other. Both of you can't be, I ain't gonna just say boss, I'm just saying busy all the time. When is it gonna be time for each other? That's the same way. Who gonna stay at home keeping and cooking, cleaning for the kids? Because men do that a lot. They work a lot outside of the home, and then they come home and you gotta pick up their damn clothes, you gotta do their laundry, you gotta make sure the kids, everything with the kids is situated.
You don't want to work.
No, I want to work. I'm a worker. No, I'm a partner. I'm a
So-
teammate.
So you gotta workaholic with
So if you working and he working, what did you say?
She said work.
We need to work the same.
What did you say? I'm confused as a motherfucker.
What she mean about workaholic if we're both, you know, if you own 7 businesses and you always gone and shit, I can't
You
own
have
7
time
too.
for me.
Because
Watch
I'm
this
not
though.
gonna have time for
Watch
you.
this though. I'm on
With
some
7
boss
businesses.
shit. Babe, get up in the morning, we drop the kids off, and we working these 7 businesses together.
Well, you didn't say
So-
together.
so
She
that's
said a workaholic.
Because I'm single, I don't have nobody to work with
If
me.
y'all working
But
together,
I'm
we
saying-
watching the kids. And listen, a lot
That's
of
the man the
people,
kids go to school.
8 hours.
God is grown.
Right.
Somebody,
So baby, you come with me
So
and
really quick, so
we gonna run together.
really quick on Facebook. So Teresa says, okay. Monica says preach, and then Teresa Baker says I agree. Shannon niggas be lying. Let me just say this: my husband and I both are just what you described. Of course, he's self-employed, has the club. He has a career. I have a career. I'm very career-driven, and on some real shit. Like our time spent together is so crazy because we talk to each other while I'm on my way to work. Probably throughout the day if I'm at work or texting something like that. But we have things that we're working towards. Does not make us. We appreciate each other more when we're going to bed at night or on the weekends when we're with the kids because there's something that. And let me just say this: that does come with being equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Like that does come with if you're needy and you need your mate to be around you all the time and they're working to. That is a communicative effort. Like I want to spend time with my husband because I love him, but I also understand that there are things that he and I are trying to do that we can celebrate each other. We're gonna retire one day. So it makes us miss each other. I think a little bit more than just being. We love each other, so we're married. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But that's communication because some people are more needy and need their mate to be there with them more frequently, kind of than what works for us.
I need my time. My time is valuable also. Yes, I'm gonna work. I want you working, but I also
You feel like that you need your man?
I want.
No, I said, do you feel like you need your man?
No. I'm single, so I don't feel like I need a man. Do I want one? Yes.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying. If he's taking care of his business grinding so y'all can have a great future and you doing the same thing also, and the only really spare time that y'all have is when both of y'all get home at 8 o'clock and yada 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 or on the weekends, why can't you enjoy that moment that y'all have? I don't have to be under you 24/7. I'm trying to get us to a point to where we have our businesses running themselves and
Well, we
now
can
we have
be
all the
around
time
each
you
other
want,
24/7.
but we grind together to get here.
You gotta cross where you walk.
Okay, so understand, if I got 100,000 things going on and you got one, well baby, help me take care of the other 80% that I have. Since you want to be around me so fucking much,
I can do that.
get your ass over here and paint this apartment so we can
Sure
rent it
I
out.
will.
He said,
That's what I've been
Sure, I'll
saying.
do it.
Sure I will.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to another topic. So last week, the guys had a question Shanetta asked the guys, or initially when you're having sex, do you give them the full throttle? Do you have single sex, or do you give them all at once? Do you give them, do you go full throttle, or do you just say I'm gonna say something for the committee, I'm gonna say something for the husband, or I'm just gonna give it all to them at the beginning? Okay?
So I'm gonna have to take some other drink on this. I said I'm gonna have to take her drink on this. No, I told you it all depends on the mood, It depends on just how I'm feeling. You might get full throttle, you might get half-assed.
All right, Don?
So I get full throttle and
While you're having intimacy,
with anybody or, in a relationship.
single, whoever you decide to go there with.
Well, not really. I'm an emotional creature, so I have to like you. I have to have some type of physical attraction for me to go full throttle. I have to really love you because I'm not gonna go full throttle with you. I'm not gonna do all the.
So you don't go full throttle? Okay.
No,
yes.
before we continue, what's the definition of full throttle?
Man, that was gonna be my first thing I asked.
What's the
Yes,
definition?
yeah.
What's the definition of full throttle?
Wait.
Yeah, so my definition of sex is that anything goes. Like I think single people just having single sex is kind of one of those, okay, we're just gonna kind of do it and whatever. But you know, my thing with just full, like we're gonna go all out, we're gonna do it all. You gonna choke me, I'm spit in my mouth, we gonna get, you know,
Lower my ass.
yeah, we gonna do it all. Like yeah, we gonna do it all. We're not leaving nothing unturned. Like you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by it. Like, do you do that?
You don't do that with everybody. So if I know a man, you bragging about doing all that, that's unattractive to me. Because I'm gonna feel like you do that to everybody. I want to be special.
Okay, so do you do full throttle when you're single?
No, I said I don't.
You do not when you sing.
I
You
do
do.
not.
But do you do full throttle when you with somebody?
Yeah.
So how the fuck is that bragging when you, I mean, if you with
When
somebody.
you was bragging and you had the comments jump because you told
Why
me.
is it on me every time that I
Because you want to blow in everybody's
No,
ass.
I said
You
if
want
I'm with
everybody to make your
somebody.
ass out.
When I'm with somebody, there's a difference.
You want to keep on doing what?
You want to blow in everybody's ass.
When I'm with
You bragging
somebody.
about you got the whole.
You know what I'm saying?
All the jumping
So
down.
what they got?
I see it.
So,
So basically,
You doing your ass, and I was thinking, watch me.
Terra,
Damn,
wait,
you want to
wait.
blow in mine.
But
I got
do we need to clear up something? Do we need to clear up something in this podcast?
Dude,
We need to clear up one thing.
Yeah.
These are exes. They previously dated.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
personal. Everything is
So
personal.
I didn't want to bring that up.
Come
I
on,
never brought
let's
that up
clear
with you
that.
guys. But I think that the listeners are finding some correlation between the two. That those two previously dated each other. So let's just get that out there so you'll know why it's kind of going back and forth. Okay.
Full throttle.
You said about that.
When I'm single, I am only satisfying my needs. I can honestly say I'm only sleeping with you to satisfy
So
me.
no full throttle with you.
No,
Okay.
they're gonna full throttle. They are. I'm not.
All right, Bud.
I'm leaving you
Wait a
fuck
minute.
me.
Go ahead.
I just said
Whatever you gonna do to me.
Put your phone right in your mic, Bud.
What is full throttle when it comes down to sex?
little ass blower.
Ah!
Nah.
So
Now,
here's the bigger question.
but see, I'm dead wrong if I bring up some shit, so I'm gonna leave it.
But you said that.
Listen,
Nah, okay,
listen.
but
She
this,
got them lips.
this is
You know
what I'm
she swallowed
saying.
it.
Nah, whoa, I never
No,
said
I
that.
never
I
said
never
that
said
because I
that.
didn't.
I never said that, and I would never speak negative about this
She's
woman.
like an nasty
I
man.
would never speak negative about this woman.
No.
This is what I'm
And I
saying.
keep it reading.
No, I would not do full throttle on a one night stand. No, I'm done.
When I stand,
How do you know if he's
Depends
gonna
on
be a
who it
one
is.
And I
night
stand
I'm like Kane.
Depends on who it is, Bun.
I'm like Kane.
So let me ask you another question.
I want to
So-
give you something to remember. Before we go on,
Don't call me
I
that.
want to give you something to remember. Like when you see me in Kmart, you're gonna be like,
Right.
oh yeah.
I mean, I could probably be a young cowgirl, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go full
All
throttle.
right, comment.
Oh, okay. All right. So Facebook says, hope laughing emoji. Ross said, Bun blowing in the ass.
I said it.
I mean, he said it
Hope
last
says you can
Friday.
tell. So Baby says I do full throttle single. He needs to know what I'm working with. I might be trying to lock him in. See, that's what I'm
I
saying.
hope. All right.
Ross said it. He said Dominique and Bun they matched today. That's cute.
They actually are.
Rob lay on the bullshit.
Monica says, let's say we have to say something for our husband. Most of y'all not working everything too. That's true. Let's see, Ross said, Dom better get out my home.
She always asked.
Hope said, yes ma'am. I do what I want to do when I'm single. So at that point, I'm not in my feelings. I choose to do full throttle or whatever, LOL. I just think it's different. I'm listening. I'm going to give you something to remember. I don't know what that's like, but you're going to get something to
You're gonna
remember.
remember this walk.
Here's a big question
Promise
for the panel. Are y'all down for threesomes? And when we say threesome, we're saying two women and a guy. Because two guys and a woman is trained. So,
No, it's not.
you. No, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
so we're asking, the question that I'm asking is everybody on this panel down for threesomes?
Man, this is 2021.
Who not having threesomes?
I'm down for being pleased by however many it takes.
Okay, cool. So let's make it clear. We got a yes,
I'm with you.
yes, Dom.
Oh God.
I think it depends.
Uh,
Because some people. And the reason why I say it because some people mind is not strong to handle a threesome.
We're not talking about somebody, we're talking about you.
You can handle a threesome. No, you want to.
Are you
I
down?
can tell she gets in her
Can-
feelings about a
Can you,
threesome.
are you down? Can you go there, Dom?
I don't know.
So So that's
This
all.
ain't no.
There you go. Now,
Yeah,
I'm
just
cool
say
with
no.
that.
Come on now, we keep it real.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, have I did a threesome? I have, but in the past, way back in the day, but recently with people I love, I have not.
Right. I don't think that
Okay,
you
well,
be able
I
to
get
do
it because
it
I
somebody
feel like
that
you
you
swallowed
love.
souls,
No.
and then I'm
Right. I don't
thinking,
think she would
like,
be able to do
you know,
it
if you
for
bring
somebody
this on
else.
tongue, you getting fucking her.
No.
Like,
Whoa.
yeah. Cause I'm like, what did you think
Disagree
this?
with that.
What did you think this bitch
Hold on,
up to make her
hold on,
wanna
hold on,
have sex
hold on.
with
Excuse
her?
me.
Where she come from?
Hey, bring the mic over
He
here.
Say that one more
said
time.
something that I
Hey, sis, hold on. Bring the mic. Now, say what you said.
I said that I don't believe that you should do threesomes with people that you're in love with.
And I said I totally disagree.
I'm not sharing someone I'm in love with nobody. Will I have it outside of the relationship or whatever? Yes.
Oh,
But
so
someone
that's cheating.
I
If your
love.
husband, excuse
Yeah,
me,
I'm probably cheating.
excuse me. So if
All right,
your
T-Baker says no threesomes for
if
her.
your husband asks you for that, you
Mm-mm.
wouldn't.
That's why you
If
put
you're
But
Hold on.
if it's just
I'm
a-
saying
if
no,
it's somebody that
and
you
I'm
fucking
gonna
with on the
allow
side,
him to do him.
it's fine.
Listen here, I am a cool type of girl.
I'm trying
When
to
you
ask you
talk
a
to
question.
me,
I'm trying to-
that's just like me. I have 3 kids.
I can raise my
Me and
hand.
I always wanna ask,
I can-
do you want another child? No, I'll be a great stepmama. Go
okay,
have you
listen,
one.
I'm talking about
I would
threesomes.
allow you
Hey,
to have that
hey, fuck
outside
them
baby.
kids. I'm
And
talking
I'm
about
a-
threesomes. Hey, excuse me. I'm talking about threesomes. Fuck kids. This is what I'm saying. So a dude, so you have to actually be just fucking around to have a threesome, but you couldn't.
Yeah, I can't sure. I've been there and done it.
You
Okay.
can't do it in a committed relationship.
I can't do it. I did
Okay.
it.
Like that
was the
person-
end.
That was the question.
That was the end
Okay.
of their relationship.
Right,
I
but
gave
that's
him
the thing.
everything he asked for. That
Right.
was my first
Okay.
threesome.
That's cool. But
And I
okay.
like
Okay.
sharing
That's
with
it.
someone else.
That's it. That was the question.
I'm gonna choke your ass for it.
So I think Bun says, in
Here.
reference to Dominique, he said that, I think Terra, T said it too, that I feel like you could do it because you're, and you just kind of agree that you're an
Because
emotional
Little Rock is
person.
small. I'm an emotional person. Little Rock is small. Everybody know everybody.
Yeah,
And
we
I
can go
might
to
not want
Miami
you to
and
know
do it.
that,
We can go out of town and just
But
have
now
a
we out of
party.
town, you know, because I'm very spontaneous.
Okay, so don't.
And we've been drinking a few
Okay,
drinks.
so don't wish
I might feel like
Say
I'm
no,
gonna give you
no. I
something.
won't fuck with you
But
rather
bitch,
than
you
around
know
Little Rock.
these bitches
But
in
if you
Little
go
Rock,
out
I
of
don't
town
wanna come
and
in
we
the club and
party.
see this bitch, and we done fucked her last week.
Why not? I should act like, shit, what's up? And I say nothing to you.
No, because
Hey,
you know shit.
Okay,
I fuck with
so
Little Rock.
you have a
Good
threesome. Hold on,
Good girl
Steve,
image.
But here's the thing, let me
Steve.
just say this.
So you have a threesome with your man if y'all was out of
I
town.
am very, Dominique and I are close in, you know, I'm very, as I said, I'm very career driven. I have, you know, high positions within financial institutions. It does not reflect what I like to do in my personal time. And let me just say this. There are so many women, I said this on our podcast when we talked about this. There are women that want to try another woman. If a woman tell me they don't want to try that shit,
They
she'll
lie.
lie. Because everybody has the thought in the back of their mind. What resists them and what make them not want to do it
Who you doing it
is
with? Who you
What?
sharing that
depending on
with?
like what they're gonna say. Yes, what people
They
gonna
gonna
think
tell
what they gonna say.
I
You know
own
what
it. I
I'm
don't
saying?
give
Like,
a damn.
Now, I'm
I
not
suck that
really
pussy
worried about
fat.
what nobody say. A lot of these bitches, Lil Rock is goofy, and I just don't be having time for it.
Cause then go behind
So let me
your
make
back
this
and
clear.
try
So
to-
is it believed?
That's what
Is it
it
believed
is.
that you feel like they might double back?
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, I be
Okay,
wanting
okay.
to.
All right. So Don. So therefore, you have to do it with some guy that you trust that won't double
And I
back.
don't trust none of the motherfuckers that I be with.
let me
Because
just
I
say
want to
this.
know what he
You
wrong
can't
with
trust him
him.
once you give them that
He
outlet.
already was
That's
cheating, so where's
That's
she
what
come
he's
from?
gonna say.
So you
is
think
that
if you think
you
you're a
brought
guy,
her in.
so we did this single lady show last season, and we had some women on there, and we talked about the same topic, and they said, after the show, one of the girls was like, well, my husband's asked me for it, I want to do it, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what's your level of comfort? And what women levels of comfort is just that. If the guy don't get the girl, then I just say, well, listen, so in your mind, let me just say this, based on where you are and what you think about it, you don't need to do a threesome. Because if in your mind, if you're thinking
Don't
that
fuck up
it's
the whole
going to
experience.
double back, or if you're going to feel like because he presented the person to you, you've been fucking her the whole time, you're not going to be able to handle what that
Right.
means.
Yeah,
what
I mean,
that
I don't
means.
want you to think because I dominate her and I come in and I'm running shit, it might scare you.
just know that it's a competition and I'm gonna win it.
It's what?
It's a competition and I'm gonna win.
I'm just saying that what works for you, but that's just, you have to be secure with yourself to do some shit like that. So you have to be.
I'm very secure with myself, but some men are not. they'll bring the bitch in the bed and then be like,
You gay because you fucked him.
you know what I'm saying? You was really into him.
Yeah.
Yeah, motherfucker, I was, because that's what I wanted to do, and it
Yeah.
might hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what you
I know a few. I ain't no names, but I know a few. Not my experience, but I've had friends who've done threesomes with their mates, and the man brought the women in the bed, and then you accuse her of being a gay with other people.
So now, Dom, are you saying that you wouldn't want to do it because of the guys? Because
Some men are not strong-minded. You have to see what a man is.
Well, I didn't take it that your hesitation earlier was because of the man. I took the hesitation was because of you.
Right. Me too.
I mean,
I
Just
took
say
that.
no,
So
it's
now you're
I'm
saying-
not
you're
hesitant
saying-
because I'm very much so attracted to women, so I'm not hesitant about
So
shit. I
you
might
saying
scare the
no
shit out of
because
him like
of
I
another
said.
guy?
So
I'm
you're.
saying because of the guy I'm dating. I don't know. I don't want you to bring the bitch I find and bring her to fuck.
Well, that's-
That's another
That's
thing.
your
Don't
better
bring
way.
shit I brought the
That's
female.
your better way.
Yeah.
Bring one of those stripper hoes.
I hate wanna. I hate when niggas be like, "What you think
Yeah.
about your homegirl, bitch?"
Mm,
I'm
they
not
show
fucking
all
my
the-
friends.
That
Don't
too.
ask me about my friends.
That too.
Let me just say
What
this,
she
and
said.
this is my opinion. If you dated somebody and they ask you to have a threesome with one of your friends, that's some disrespectful ass shit.
Right.
So let me say that for real.
I've had guys ask me about
Ask you
friends.
to sleep with you and one of your friends, that's some
Yeah.
disrespectful shit. And understand is anybody that I choose to, so if your aunties or shit watching, you can get off. But anybody that I choose to bring in my bedroom, that should be all up to me. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I bring my husband, don't even know their names. So let me say that for the record. Like that is just a me
You just suck
thing.
our pussy.
Ain't no communication. No, that we no.
Get it, Kane. Get it,
Understand,
Kane. Go.
there's like rules to this shit, but then again, that's why I'm talking about communication. Man, my husband communicates that. He knows, like, if there is no, hey, I was checking this chick out, I think it's I'm gonna slap you upside your head. Like, I'm gonna be the presenter of.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna bring
That's
this
all I'm
person
saying.
to
Netta.
come home and that's what we gonna have. But
This is
again,
what we gonna
that
have.
takes like
Don't
some.
come to me about no friends or I got this little bitch. No, because I'm going to think you been fucking the bitch. And second of all, don't look at my motherfucking friends because I'm going to think you on some sneak type
Absolutely.
shit.
Absolutely.
If we bring a bitch
That's
home, I'm going to drag that bitch in the house and say, babe, what's up?
what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
that's what it's supposed to be.
listen, there was a comment. Most dudes can barely
That's what the
handle
comment
one
is.
woman. That is absolutely true.
So Becky says, hold on, wait a minute. So Teresa says no threesome for me. Monica says it's a no for me. Monica, tell us why. You said no.
Monica behind the camera.
Shit, she typing. And then Becky says threesome with some people, but you can't do that with everyone. That's
Becky,
true.
go. Becky, go.
That's my
Becky,
shout out to
name
my
like
cousin
Becky.
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 What cuz
Hey, listen.
Shout out, cuz.
Let me ask you, is Becky a white girl?
No,
she's black.
she has really beautiful hair, so they call her Becky with the good hair.
Becky with the
Yeah.
Good long hair.
Alexis says most dudes can barely handle one, but want a threesome.
I absolutely agree with that, and let's
Oh,
pause.
no.
And then
Because we gotta go something, we gotta go.
Teresa, I guess she said Alexis Goodwin. I mean, Alexis said facts. And then Teresa says, no, what is this? Alexis says, Teresa, LOL, not about to embarrass me. Becky said, shut up, Kane. I mean, Alexis, what do you mean embarrass you? Are you saying in the bedroom with somebody? Listen, if you cannot, listen,
Most
I
men
am not gonna let my
come 10
husband
minutes.
embarrass me. So if you,
Most Little Rock men, not that I've had most, but they ain't ladies past 10, 15 minutes. It's always the excuse, pussy too good, pussy too good. It's always a damn you want the mother woman in, you don't fuck both of us the same. It ain't nothing exciting about
you
it.
think so?
Yes, experience.
And you think it's gonna be the same experience? It might be, I don't know. I don't know.
What do we say?
What do you want to ask?
I want
Why
to.
you standing on
Do
I
that?
can't hear you,
both,
Mike.
do
I
men
want-
fuck both the women the same?
I wanted to hear her rebuttal on that,
About what?
on the statement she just made.
About me and most
That only
people.
lasts a few minutes, yeah.
I mean, that may be an average for her.
Sometimes, definitely an average, and I'm on sober sex. I don't need all them.
Didn't you just say you doing it when you single? You doing it for you?
Yes, but if you
All right,
don't
I'm
please
doing
me,
it
that's
for
why
me.
I'm still single. That's a big reason. No,
You gonna fuck yourself?
Now he was first man I seen that because honestly, I do feel I'm gonna keep it real. I do feel like when threesomes are introduced, or maybe just to me, it's to please me. You need help pleasing me.
Oh shit.
It's why I have the threesomes. Yeah, if you can't do it, bring somebody else. Shit, maybe I'm giving it a chance too.
All right, so now, so hopefully we've talked enough
Wait,
about
Ms.
that.
Monica explained. I asked Monica to explain her explanation. She said because she wants two men. Most men are down, so that makes me a hoe, so I pass. Listen, men can easily ask for a threesome and it'd be two women. When you get to asking for, like my husband said when we brought this up, if you ask another guy, like, that's a train. No, it's not, sir. That's a threesome. Three people need a threesome. So if you can ask me to bring another, but understand this, as I said, this threesome shit works. You have to be into a woman because the threesome is not for. It's for you and it's for your mate or whomever. But of course, the way most threesomes happen is more or less the interaction with the women initially, and then the guy kind of joins in. So you have to be into threesomes and be into women. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying? So you can't just kind of be on like, no, you fucking and I'm gonna sleep.
Yeah.
Like, no, like
Because your feelings gonna
Dick
be
in my
hurt.
mouth, dick in my pussy. That's a threesome. Two men. That's what I'm expecting.
Whoa, say that again. What did happen again?
Wait, hold on.
Whoa,
But you
say
really
it
would
back to
say
me.
that
Say it.
that's being a hoe.
Say what you said again.
that's what they say.
That's what they say.
Let's hear what you said.
That's what they say.
Now, what did you say?
I would like to have a threesome with two men. It's
Oh
a
my
fantasy. I want dick in my mouth.
That's what
and
Monica
dick in
said
my
too.
pussy.
That's what Monica
You had one of those before?
I've never had one because men are so uncomfortable
you
with
surprised?
the situation.
I think it's because
If you're there to please me,
We got the
it
camera
shouldn't
lady
be-
one way
It
too.
shouldn't be
Monica
an
said that's what she
issue.
wanted, yeah.
Why are you so insecure?
Yeah.
Two men scared for another man to outfuck him because that's why y'all ask about our exes. You fuck
So let's clear this up.
What
Let's
can
clear
I
this
say?
up. Now,
Can I say
here it is. I
something?
want to answer this because I don't normally answer
Yeah,
you.
both.
Let's say this, T.
Okay.
If that's what you want, if you just a bitch I'm fucking, I'd knock you off with my homeboy. But if I'm
No
like
doubt about it.
ain't no other nigga fucking my woman.
No doubt about
And
it.
this is my.
So is that true?
No doubt. I hold on. I told you, if you just something I'm knocking down,
Right.
and that's your fantasy,
Right.
hey,
You
bro,
can make it
what you doing tonight?
Hold on.
Hey, man, I got this little bride on top. You trying? I'm just letting
Now,
you
I
hear
promise
the
you,
conversation
okay.
on the other end of the phone.
Okay.
Hey, man, I got a little chick we trying to knock down, man. She want to have a threesome.
I
yada,
promise
yada,
you,
yada.
if I'm running a train on you, you ain't get to mama's house.
Right.
Let me
You ain't never been to
because y'all
see it.
making plan work.
Again,
If
I'm
you doing
never having
Terra.
a threesome with my man.
Okay,
That's something I'm against,
Alright, so
not
let me-
with my man.
let me-
With y'all men, yeah,
All right, let me respond.
yeah.
If I fuck you with another, so if I fuck you with another dude, you ain't never in life gonna be my woman.
Yeah.
You ain't never in life getting to the mama house.
And that's the only reason I want to have it with two of my niggas, two of my friends.
I said,
So this is my
I wouldn't have a threesome with a guy because, especially with my man, is because most women, when we're in love with a man, we're not gonna let another man penetrate us.
There you go.
I wouldn't do it.
Drop the mic.
If he's my man, I agree.
What?
That's
Say that one more
why- In
time.
no relationship,
I
is not
said
having
I
a
wouldn't
threesome.
have a threesome with two men because when I'm in love with one man, I don't see another man.
Ain't
Now,
no other man penetrating.
You know, another man can't
That's
penetrate
some
me.
bullshit. I mean, I'm not saying it's bull. All I'm saying is him over here, amen, and like that.
I mean, most women
You
love
cannot.
amen.
You gotta be able
What I'm
to
saying
take
is
what you
most
need.
women-
Listen,
But I don't look
listen.
at another man. Another man will disgust me. That's just me.
No, I understand that, but what I'm saying is he amen like I think that's just stereotypical and that's a double standard. Like if you guys can go back and listen to our first season of it, we talked about this and he and I kind of had a discussion about it because I was like, listen, in your mind, all you think is because as everybody knows, we talked about the shit. He had some infidelity and so did I. Mine was just hidden, didn't nobody know. So his thing to that was what makes it a double standard is he just think, well, I can't just imagine you fucking. I can't imagine anybody fucking you. Do you think I want to imagine you fucking another bitch?
That's
What is
right.
the difference in you thinking that you you can't imagine or you don't want to fathom or you don't want to hear another dude
Competition.
fucking me as if I want to hear you fucking another bitch.
Amen.
Because
There's
it's
no
different.
difference,
Nah.
but I'm just saying for me, I can't bring myself to fuck another man and I'm in love with you.
That's what I would
Let me
think.
just say something. You can't be in love. Let me just say this. You
Fuck
can't be in
anybody.
love and fuck anybody.
Anybody.
Alright,
So,
ain't no
it-
threesome.
no, let me just say that. Like, ain't no. All I'm saying is that what makes it a double standard is that the guys think, and he even asked us on his all male podcast, like a Ross and some other guys. He was like, you know, if your girl cheat, can you forgive them and y'all move forward?
God said
Everybody
no.
on there was like, no.
They can't
Like,
take
no.
what they dish out.
And when we talked about the shit, like I said, he and I talked about it, he was just like, on some, you know, that's a different type of hurt. Nigga, what's the difference? It's the same hurt. It's the
That's-
same way you feel
So-
about you knowing another nigga that has been up in me. It's the same way I feel about you being up
Nah,
in some other
Yes,
bitch.
it
It's
is.
the
That
same.
is that
What was that level?
That is the
What I was
exact same.
speaking to it as it relates to Dom is you kind of want a chick that don't want two dicks in it. See, y'all supposed to be.
But I feel like when we fuck with emotion.
Alright. Hour number one is ending.
That's true.
There you go, Shell. Right
That's
here.
true.
Here's the deal.
Look,
You gotta be able to respect somebody else's truth.
That's true.
and they don't.
And you don't.
It's not.
So hour
no,
one-
it's
No,
not.
y'all don't.
No.
Women. Now
No,
listen,
it's not
okay,
that.
okay,
It's not,
sis.
all I'm saying
Okay,
is,
Men are more
I let you
emotional
talk.
than
some
women.
people, so Teresa even said, that's a double standard.
It is.
Right, it is. And double standards is what it is. It's okay for a woman to sleep with another woman. That's fine.
Why?
But I mean, just calm down. Let me finish the sentence.
Hour one.
This is double standards for a man and for a woman. It's fine if I know if me and you talking and I heard that you slept with another woman. That's fine. It's hard for you to understand that another man slept with another man because I believe once a man bends over, he can't straighten back up. So in your mind, you say, well, he slept with another man.
Put the mic close to you, bro.
He slept with another man, I can't deal with him. So that's double standard. So we understand that. But when it comes to shit like this, y'all don't understand it.
I
Y'all
do.
say, no, it's this way, and I don't understand how y'all don't feel this way about this. Like,
The reason that you men cannot handle what you dish out
That's
is
true.
because you just can't
okay,
do it.
we
Your
totally
dick may
understand
be
that. Hey,
smaller,
we gonna
you
come
may
back.
not have the
We
strength
gonna come
that
back.
that man
We gonna come
has.
back on the second hour.
It's a
Be right
competition
back.
for y'all just
Okay.
like it is
So
for
can
us.
we do
Y'all
this?
just don't want to
Tara,
admit it.
Tara, Netta, can we do this? We will pick this conversation back up. Okay?
Yes,
we
we
need
can
to
talk
take a
about
break.
this, absolutely.
We're gonna take a 10-minute
10-minute
break, and then we're gonna come back and we'll pick it up from this point.
Mhm.
Okay? This is part one of Love Wins by the Stewards. We back in a second.